Hi guys, Everyday Knife Guy here, and I just wanted to do a follow-up video to the overview I did of this flashlight the other day, the Thrunite Ti5. This is the most recent Thrunite that they sent me, but I want to do a comparison video now and look at this in contrast with probably one of their most popular lights, if not their most popular small keychain flashlight, which is this Thrunite Ti3. These are both single AAA battery lights. And I think there's quite a big difference between them, and make for a good comparison and try and figure out what would be best for you guys if you are looking for a small pocket or keychain flashlight. So we're going to look at the form first of all, the power outputs, the different modes they offer and how you actuate those, and lastly we're going to have a look at price, which of course is always important, particularly in this kind of budget flashlight category, if you will. Excuse me. And I'm also going to throw in this, which is another light I received recently, which is the Ti4. This is obviously a 2 AAA battery pen light style, and I think it bears comparison to these two as well. So we'll take a look at that too. So first things first, let's have a look at the form. As I say, they are both single cell AAA batteries, so good from that point of view, and they use an accessible medium that you can pick up pretty much any store. But you can see there's quite a size difference. The Thrunite here, well, for starters, let's just whip out the battery. Now this Thrunite is a little dusty, I'm afraid, because this has had a lot of use from me. We'll whip out a battery, and that way we'll get an idea of just how small the Ti3 is. So there is our AAA cell. As you can see, the Ti3 really isn't that much bigger. It has enough room for the head, the tail, and that's it. Even in thickness, pretty much the cell of the battery takes up everything. If you look at the Ti5, it is probably over twice the length of that cell. Yeah, it is, and it's quite a bit thicker. It's actually the same thickness as the Ti4, so it's quite a bit bigger overall bulk. Certainly in terms of pocket carry, this one doesn't have a lanyard hole or keyring loop or anything like that, so it's not really specifically for a keychain. But if you did attach something to the pocket clip, it is quite large for a keychain carry. Back pocket, side pocket, even coin pocket carry would be fine, I think, with that pocket clip. The Ti3 beats it out a little bit in terms of form factor because it does have the keychain loop. I've put my own just circular keyring on there. You see it's quite a small hole, but plenty for keychain attachment. If it is on a keychain, you can take off the pocket clip. So you have just a very simple cylindrical form. Looks great and fits on your keychain nicely. This one, not so much. You have that bulky pocket clip, but for pocket carry, it's a good size and a little bit more functional in the hand. This is a kind of a slim waist profile, so as I mentioned in the overview, you do get quite a nice grip on it like so, and it does have that tail clicker switch. So the Ti3, a little bit slimmer, again quite small, but you can get an easy grip on it. Plus the texturing on this is a little bit more severe. You can see on the Ti5 it's very much just a smooth aluminum body. The aluminum on here is all textured and knurled, so you do get a bit of a better grip in that form, but the shape of this I would say is better to hold on to. Another good thing about the removable pocket clip on the Ti3 is it of course reversible, so we can move that up there, and then you can put that on the brim of your cap or any other kind of situation you need it to be reversible. If you wanted it into a backpack pocket shining up onto the roof of a tent or something like that, the reversible pocket clip takes care of that for you. A very useful feature. I'd like to see that on all lights really. This one isn't reversible as far as I can tell, because this tailpiece won't come off, but it does have a clip, which is a good start of course for pocket carry rather than just having this rumbling back at the bottom. So there you are guys, obviously quite a bit bigger light considering it has the same power source. In terms of power, the rated outputs in these are actually a little bit different too. Let's have a quick look at the manuals side by side. So we have the Ti3 here, and we have Ti4, Ti5. Sorry, I got too much stuff lying around here, guys. Okay, so I don't know how well you guys can see this, but Ti3 on top, and you can see that the LED on both is a Cree XP-G2R5. However, going from the same battery, the Ti3, which is the top one here, is rated at 120 lumens for half an hour on high mode. The Ti5 is only rated for 100 lumens 100 lumens rather, not 120 for half an hour as well. So low mode, it says on the Ti3 is 12 lumens for 6.3 hours. Ti5 low mode 10 lumens for 6.5 hours. So basically they're saying that the Ti3 comes in a little bit higher power, and on the lower modes comes in for a better runtime. Now, coming from the same Cree, I'm not an expert on this. I don't know why that would be, or if it's just that one of these is newer. I think the Ti3 is actually the newer light, or the more advanced light, and therefore they may have been retested, or Thrunite may be making some additional claims as to the power that this little light can derive from one single AAA cell. I'm not sure, but I think in real world scenarios, 100 to 120 lumens, 10 to 12 lumens, you're really not going to notice a huge difference. So I think safe to say in terms of power and life, these are probably going to get about the same in real world conditions. So not really too much to set them apart there. Action and modes, well, they both have the same 4 modes, so I'll demonstrate with this one. And strobe warning, guys. So we have Firefly, medium, high, Firefly, medium, high, and strobe warning, and strobe. So the same modes on both. The Ti5 wins out here by quite a large margin because there's actually 3 different ways to access the modes. You can use it with the actual click of the tail activation switch rather. You can do a soft press on the tail switch. You can see that's changing modes there on the table. You can turn it on with the tail switch and then loosen and tighten the head of the torch or flashlight, and that will actually change modes as you go. With the Ti3, of course, we have no tail or side switch. We just have the rotation of the head of the flashlight. So let's screw that up there. Tell if I had a battery in it, wouldn't it? Spot the obvious mistake. Just show you this one working. Put that in there. Yeah, so there's only one way to change modes on this. So there's the traditional twist the head, Firefly, medium, high, Firefly, medium, high, and it should be strobe. There you go. So same 4 modes in each, so nothing set apart there. But if you are a clicky switch type of guy, definitely want to go with the Ti5 because it has that option. The Ti3, however, for keychain use, again, twisting the head isn't really a big deal. The nice grippy texture on this means that you can quite easily do that with one hand. I'll show you there. Whereas the smooth texture of the Ti5, I would say, is a little bit more difficult. But again, quite nice smooth screw threads, so it's not really a big deal. You probably can do that with one hand. I'll just switch on for you and show you. There you go, changing modes. So that's the 2 ways to change it to change modes and turn them on and off, guys. Lastly, let's come to price. Now, this is the more popular light, I would say, by far. I think this probably outsells the Ti5 by quite a margin. As such, you can pick this up on Amazon just now. I think it's around about $18. The only seller I could find for this was nearer to 30. So you are going to pay a bit more for the Ti5. You are getting more product for your money, I guess, in terms of sheer physical size. Your output, I think, is probably about the same. The aesthetic's a little bit different. It really just comes down to what you're looking for. If you're looking for a nice pocket carry light that isn't going to get lost in your pocket, you may want to go with the Ti5 because it does feel a bit more substantial. However, if you're looking for something that has the option of either keychain, cap carry, or shirt pocket, something like that, the Ti3 will definitely see you well. So if you're looking for something a bit bigger, you can of course go to the Ti4, which is basically just an upscaled version of the Ti5, a little bit slimmer actually in profile. You can see there on the knurled tail cap. You can see the Ti5 is actually quite a bit thicker. A little bit thicker in the body too, actually, but similar kind of profile as that same narrow waist, fatter head and tail. And yeah, this basically just uprates everything by adding an extra AAA cell. This one you're looking at a high output of, I think it's 255 lumens. Let's just double check that before we go any further. Ti4. Same battery rated, 252 lumens for 51 minutes. So you're looking at a higher output for a longer time. Low mode, 24 lumens for 12 hours. So really, significantly higher output as you'd expect. So if you are looking for pocket carry and you don't mind this longer form factor, this one is actually, I could find on Amazon for cheaper than the Ti5 at the moment. So this might be more of what you're looking for. If you prefer the shorter profile or that just works better with the type of carry you have, then by all means Ti5 is a solid option. So hopefully that gives you guys a bit more information to base your decisions on. I'll put links to all of these in the description, of course, and I'll be back with more knife, sack and flashlight videos soon. Thanks for watching, guys, and have a great day. Cheers.